Own your truth. You know, it was difficult. It was at first. I mean, you just cornered me like that and everything, but you know, it's a little liberating now to know I can like Star Wars in more ways than I ever imagined. Dave Filoni is the savior of Star Wars. KK is doing an amazing job. The people out there are just blind and can't see it. So yes, thank you. I can stop lying now.
What? What the fuck?
Last chance to look at me, Hector. This should make you feel better.
How unprofessional.
By the way, Denton, stay out of the ladies' restroom. That kind of activity embarrasses the agency more than it does you.
This is Snake. Do you read me, Otacon?
Loud and clear, Snake.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Hey, hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Respawn Roast Cantina. Hope you're all having a wonderful Wednesday morning. So far, so good on my end. It's good, it's great. There's stuff happening all within the gaming industry. Are we going to be paying attention to all of it? Probably not. But we got other stuff to talk about today. So I'm looking forward to it. Hope you all are too. Yeah. Well, now, so kind of in theme for today a little bit. We got a little bit of some Morrowind. Oh wait, no, it's not my. God dang it! I forgot. There we go. Now I feel like I have to start that over. Got some Morrowind music playing because we will be getting into that. Yeah. Or maybe I should save it for when I get into those articles. Yeah, let me switch. Hey, I'm doing this again. I already switched back and forth with the music. We'll go back to. Let's go to this. Then once we get into this, then we'll let the rest of it play. But yeah, good morning, all. What is it? What we got? August 26th, 2026 for this one. There we go. Date out of the way. There is something I wanted to kind of correct from last week that I did not fully read out, which was part of Nerdy Neo's comment on the whole top 7 stuff, and he the purpose for him saying Metroid Fusion as being like the better was also because he saw it more as being normie friendly, and that was his intent for that. He corrected me in the comments, but I just wanted to put it on record there on stream. There it is. Sorry for that, for not keeping that context that you had in there. And I think I said directly to him, like, my brother still would have thought that he's like, well, you know what? We were kids when we played Super Metroid, so they could get good and play the proper Super Metroid. And I have not quite delivered myself, though. I have not quite delivered. I was trying to rack my brain a little bit with the whole top 7 Super Nintendo games, and I got so like I went I went a little extra route of like, okay, I'm gonna exclude, because in my opinion they are already the automatic top games, and I felt I couldn't use them. So I did say Super Mario World and Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past and Super Metroid. Like, those were 3 I could not use in my list. So now, like, trying to piece together this list of my own, I'm just like, I don't know. It's like, I got a few. I didn't put in one of them. Which I know, like, maybe it's the whole idea of like, I wasn't looking at Super Nintendo exclusives, because a couple of these are not, a few of them aren't exclusives. But like, so far, like, for part of my list, especially because like games that I remember playing with my brother and stuff like that, has a lot of that sentimental side, but also like, it's just still some fun games to play. And I was playing a little bit of them last night before, like I said, I was trying to rack my brain out. I was like going through the whole list of all the Super Nintendo games. I'm like, oh, what can I put on here? But it's like, and funny thing is, Neo with putting Doom, I tried replaying Doom, the Super Nintendo Doom, and oh good lord, I don't know how we managed, because the controls were so stiff and so clunky that I think it was just the fact that just because my brother and I wanted to play Doom so bad, we made do, and we got through. But it's an interesting thing to do too, because then because I've played now, over the years, I've played so much of Doom on PC and stuff like that. It's really funny then seeing what was left out and what was kept in. Even with E1M1, you see aspects of the level that were removed and altered slightly to, I'm sure, accommodate the Super Nintendo, cartridge. Because what's funny is, like, if you've played the game, the first room, up where the body armor is, there's a switch that opens up that secret door to go outside for that other bigger chunk of armor. That's not available. You had to do the whole more loop around that secret passage door to get outside, instead of taking kind of an extra shortcut. And then there's just like extra little things, like in the room going to the end, it no longer had the barriers in between, so you could just, so on the Super Nintendo version, you could just cut right through and grab everything, while it's in like the PC version, you have to kind of go around everything. So I thought that it was fun, kind of revisiting that. I would not put that personally on a list, just because, like I said, that felt rough. But that could also be because I'm so used to now playing it PC, playing it completely free mouse and keyboard, because that would probably the way that plays is probably more closer to the old DOS version without the mouse movement freedom. So but yeah, like, for part of my top 7 so far, like I said, I still need to kind of go through some old games, but I had to have like Zombies Ate My Neighbors, which I think is a fun game. Super Mario RPG, because that was certainly like a first role-playing game that I really got into as a kid. I eventually later played things like Final Fantasy VI and stuff like that, but Super Mario RPG is just on there. And Mortal Kombat 2, what it was for us, such an upgrade over the first one. We got the blood back. The soundtrack is excellent, just excellent. You can't go wrong. And I mean, the challenge is an ass, But that's that old style of being an arcade game. Also, that's how they, by having it so disastrously difficult, you then, you know, rented the game a lot more. So there was that. And then I have Rock and Roll Racing. Again, probably one of the earliest games that got me into racing games for a period of time. But it was like, you know, the whole like kind of destruction derby sort of thing, because like it is, you could do total combat, destroy your opponents through different means of either having blasters on your cars and mines or oil slicks and stuff like that, and you had either a booster or a jump, which sometimes doesn't always feel that useful unless you're trying to get over certain barriers. But then the soundtrack, you could not get away with that soundtrack today, considering all the kind of metal rock music that was used for it. But that was like probably for me an introduction to a lot of these songs, and then once I heard the actual songs, it's like, oh my god, I remember that. So Rock and Roll Racing is right up there. Like, this is a signature game to me on the Super Nintendo. And then of course I do have, I mean, it was probably a must, Chrono Trigger. So I mean, what more could be said with Chrono Trigger? It's been kind of talked about as it is. I probably do have to put Breath of Fire on here, Breath of Fire 2 in particular. But I feel like I need to save that. I mean, I need to do more of a refresher on that one. But, you know, that's so far it. I'm still trying to work it out. I was trying to piece it together. But I just couldn't quite I was like trying to think of all the different Super Nintendo games and what I have played and what I could factor for that. But nothing complete just yet. But I'll be sure to bring it back up again. But that's the start of things. That's the evolution. So like I said, the 3 games that I would have probably had on there that would have certainly beefed up my list, I feel like are top tier. They do not. They already assumed they are the GOATs, and feel like would be cheating. So, like it is. Anyways, let's get to our usually scheduled programming with that little bit out of the side, off to the side. We have, of course, this day in the gaming. Here we go. I don't know. Hang on. Maybe I don't. Hang on. Just trying to make okay. So we don't need 2 of these going off. As long as we got the 1. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. So this day in gaming, August 26th. How do we start this off? 32 years ago, we've got Dragon View on the Super Nintendo. Langrisser 2, Genesis, also 32 years ago, 1994. Dragon Quest 7, Fragments of the Forgotten Past. Dragon Quest is definitely a series I need to try and get more into. I've started a lot of different games of Dragon Quest, but I've just not, for some reason, it hasn't sunk into me like some of the Final Fantasies and stuff like that. I don't know what it is. And I know they're great games, but I'm surprised considering too the artwork, the character designs and everything is Akira Toriyama's work. I love Dragon Ball. You'd think it'd be a match made in heaven for me, but it's just, for some reason, it's a series I've not quite gotten into. Good morning, Melee K. How are you today? It says sunshine and chaos bleeds. What a great day. Are you? So I take it the list here. Okay, I was like, what are you referring to, girl? But just to jump ahead, yes, we had the Mario Kart Super Circuit, Icewind Dale 2, and so Super Mario Sunshine. Never played it on the GameCube originally. I've tried to get into this game. I've played it on my emulator. I even have my GameCube controller all set up and ready to go. For the life of me, I don't know what it is. It hasn't quite grabbed me like it had it was like basically Mario 64, and then after that, like I was kind of Mario centric games I wasn't quite playing anymore. Like I still haven't. I think the last time I kind of played through one was the new Super Mario Brothers on the Nintendo Wii U, which is more of the old school 2D side scroller or 2.5D, whatever you want to call it. But even that, like I played for a bit, stopped, took time off from it, came back to it eventually. But Mario Sunshine, like I want to play it. I've heard good things about this one. I just have not gotten into it. Oh, she's seeing more on the list here for today. She sees the F-Zero GX. 20. If you want to start feeling old too, okay, it's like you start looking at these lists, and it's like, oh my god. But then, now Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Never got into that series myself. I haven't watched it. I don't know anything about it other than it's another Joss Whedon show. The only real show like I've enjoyed of Joss Whedon's was Firefly, and even that I'd probably have to rewatch. But like I remember watching, what was it, Dollhouse with Elijah Dushku, and interesting premise show, but good lord, it was a mess. Like, especially like once I got the like even the first season was it turned into a mess. Second season was a mess. Then that was the end of it all. I was like, what the hell are we doing with this thing? I've heard nothing but praise for Buffy. I remember seeing the movie, but I don't remember my feelings on it because I was young, and I just don't remember it sitting very well. Now, F-Zero is a series I need to play. Because I know they have it on the Super Nintendo. It was just one of those series that's never... I mean, Jesus, we had so many options to pick from. And it's kind of funny, too, because I was playing through a lot of the old Super Nintendo games. And there's this game called Bob, where you play as a robot going through these different, levels, all very Alien-esque and all that. Very kind of almost Alien 3-ish in terms of, like, some of the gameplay. But it's kind of funny playing through that again because I don't know if rediscovered is the right word, but it was kind of fun revisiting it. And for one, I forgot the difficulty of it because it could feel a little tough when I was playing those early levels. But then it was just neat, just like the way then the character moved, the way he ducked and shot, which felt almost kind of new. Like it would have been like a new mechanic sort of thing. And then just the way the ammo handled, and then he kind of transformed and did extra things, like had a little helicopter and his head tendril things like clasped onto tethers to go across and stuff like that. Kay says, I get it. You brought up Dragon Quest and I end up in the same weird loop. It's a no-brainer to love, but haven't gravitated yet. Yeah. It's funny. It's like you see these certain games. It's like you feel like you should jump into it, and it should grab you. You be like all in it. You're down for it. But for some reason, it's just like it just doesn't attach. It's like all these other things. Sure, you jump into it. You're like, oh my god, here we go. But I enjoy JRPGs. I mean, like it is. One of my favorite games is like probably a tone. I mean, I guess it's like a tone down or a different style because the Super Mario RPG had that extra interaction where you either hit the Y button for extra attack, especially when you're doing Mario's fireballs, or when you're jumping on people in the same way, or you had hit, I think, B for when you were trying to defend yourself, like get some extra defense from an enemy attack. So it had that extra kind of interactive play to it than just as even James put it, just, you know, take turn bonk sort of thing. But we all know there's a little more to it than that. Anyway, I had a point there. Oh, yeah. And so, like, I would have thought there's a certain games that you just like, yeah, it's just for some weird, bizarro thing, it just doesn't click. But yeah, we got now Pokemon Pinball, Ruby and Sapphire, 23 years ago. Digimon World Championship, 18 years ago. Disgaea 3, Absence of Justice. Disgaea was a series my brother and I had kind of gotten into for a hot minute there. We played, although I mainly played one, he got into it more and was playing more of the series. I think it kind of just fell off even for him. Another favorite of my brother's, Harvest Moon. Now, I don't know if he's played this one though. Harvest Moon DS, Island of Happiness. I know we played the one on GameCube. There's just something comfy about just managing a farm and doing all that sort of, doing farming and all that sort of stuff. We got Tales of Vesperia, which I think I'd gotten this once upon a time ago, but just again was one that did not quite get me into that. Let's see this. Oh my god. The Sims. The Sims 2 Apartment Life. I don't know if I ever, I think I had eventually gotten this because I did play The Sims. I won't deny it, at least up to the 3rd edition. After that, with their whole like start restart bullshit, it's like, god damn it, well, I'm not gonna torture myself anymore. And I think I only got like the base edition of 3, and then after that I waited for a certain fit girl to get packs together. Okay, says Vesperia is great, but Tales of games takes a bit of anime patience. That might be my problem then, because I have gone mostly away from anime and I just read mangas now because of the anime fatigue that kind of takes place, because like it is, I mean, especially when they're adapted from, when anime is adapted from a manga, and then, you know, and there's all the changes, there's the goddamn filler episodes and stuff like that. It's just like, oh god damn it. And then like the flashbacks every 5 minutes, and like, oh. So I don't know if it's got quite all those tropes, but I got you though. I got you. We got Tiger Woods PGA Tour 09, 18 years ago. Ace Combat Joint Assault 16 years ago. All right. Hyper Dimension Neptunia Rebirth 1, 12 years ago. Madden NFL 15, 12 years ago. Metro Redux. The Metro series is another one I think I have it on my I have them. I just have not played them. At least not gotten to them yet. On the back burner of everything else that I got to get through. 12 years ago on that one. Attack on Titan 10 years ago. PC. Oh, it's always funny to me when you actually do see a PC title for a lot of anime, for any anime stuff, considering it always seems like they feel more, the Japanese market feels more console centric, and then especially mobile centric. That it's always interesting when I do see a PC title. And as for Attack on Titan, I don't know. I tried reading it. I could not get into it. It just was one of those things. This has within certain within certain internet circles, here seeing Baldo, the Guardian Owls, the name Baldo just has a different ring right now, and it's not good. And I wish I didn't know these things. Anyways, moving on. Legend of Heroes Trails to Revere 5 years ago. Shinobi Art of Vengeance. And today's releases that we have on the list, Brigandine Abyss and Neptunia Unlimited, PlayStation 5. Well, there you have it. There's our games this week. I kind of want to jump into what I want to jump into. So I'm not going to quite look into the new release games this week. But we do have something that caught my eye suddenly. And then, of course, I did tag in a one Melee K there for this. It surprised the heck out of me. And this also means I'm going to switch the music really quick. Ah, there we go. Get extra comfy. Get extra comfy. Because this was certainly my introduction to the Elder Scrolls series. And has the biggest place in my heart. It is a shocker that Elder Scrolls Poison Song officially announced. We're getting an expansion, ladies and gentlemen, for Morrowind, of all damn things. Oh yeah, of course. When I saw Morrowind, I was like, who else do I know that list has that love for Morrowind? Hey, it is. So I am too. So yeah, Elder Scrolls Poison Song has been officially announced in a new first look teaser with gameplay is on YouTube. The Elder Scrolls has gotten a multitude of new Skyrim releases over time, but fans are still waiting for a new chapter in the series. While Elder Scrolls 6 is still far in the future, possibly sometime in 2028, recent updates are giving fans food for thought and building up hype. Which, let's face it, for any of us that had jumped into any Elder Scrolls game on day one release, you don't want to do it. Don't do it. Don't do that to yourselves. It's a trap. Do not listen to Todd Howard. He is a liar. Do not believe his lies. Because, yes, the games have generally been broken and ass on day one. Do they ever get fully fixed? No. No, they do not. I remember Oblivion being a wreck, but I also mostly remember Skyrim being piss in the toilet bad on its launch day. Between optimization and bugs and stuff like that. And then it hasn't helped that the meme is wait for modders, because we certainly did that with Skyrim. It's not the best idea, but you know, even with Elder Scrolls 6, it's probably going to be the same situation. So I'll always caution people, don't do day one, please, for the love of God. Make this company learn. Make Bethesda learn for once. And so, anyways, wait until they release some patches. Although I'm sure there will be day one DLC and all that sort of bullshit. Though the franchise as a whole has been at a standstill for some time, current games are constantly getting new and exciting updates. Recently, Elder Scrolls Online released the first ever 4-person mount ahead of mounted combat, coming in next few months. Okay. God damn it. Star Wars The Old Republic, how have you not done this yet? I'm sorry, this is a bit of a side tangent with this, but of all goddamn things, Elder Scrolls Online has a 4-person mount. And last I knew, Star Wars The Old Republic can't even manage that. They can manage it for your stupid companions to jump into a vehicle with you, but not other players. Goddamn, Star Wars Galaxies had that shit, and that was 2003-ish? I swear. There's always something. Always something. Anyways. The Elder Scrolls Oblivion came out on the Nintendo Switch 2 just last week. this is not always enough to satiate fans looking for meaningful new content while they wait for Elder Scrolls 6, but it's a good start. Now, a new project for the series has been announced and showcased, and is coming sometime later this year. Yes, huge Elder Scrolls Morrowind Poison Song expansion officially revealed. We got some screenshots right here. Although I don't know why there's some nice scenery to this, but I don't know why you picked this one. This is cool though. This is a nice shot, but that other one, why? A massive new expansion for the Elder Scrolls Morrowind called Poison Song has been revealed and showcased in early access by Savile Talks Games on YouTube. The expansion is fan-made by volunteer group Tamriel Rebuilt, which is its own big expansion, mod for Morrowind to kind of redo things for the game, up the graphics and stuff like that, which has been making new content for Morrowind for a long time, expanding the game way beyond its launch state of just the Vardenfell Island, to include mainland areas, new cities, quests, characters, and items, all while using or integrating the lore from the Elder Scrolls series. And that's the funny thing, like once you start looking into when you've played, especially Morrowind, I feel like you would when you'd like from bodies and stuff like that, you'd pick up books and you just start like the pages almost felt like they never ended. Like I felt like that would like those were the days where they were the most passionate about creating a bunch of lore, because it's like you get to Skyrim and it always felt like, oh, just like you'd flip through like maybe a couple of pages and you get your bit of flavor text and stuff like that. But it's like Morrowind, you did feel like they were writing novels for this shit. That could be my own bias towards Morrowind because I love the game so much, as janky as it kind of is. Poison Song adds even more content to the old Ebonheart area and locations on the map close to it, with the expansion featuring new cities and dungeons. On top of that, the expansion adds chapels, the Temple of Ordinators faction, and a plethora of new quests that rival those in the base game alone in number, bringing the total number of new quests from Tamriel Rebuilt to over 1,000. Yeah. Okay, Melee K saying everything has gotten more flat and broad. I really miss the reading in Morrowind. Lore used to mean something. It did. In a lot of things it used to actually mean something, something you cared about, something you loved to expand on and look into. Now it's just kind of like, it's gonna get retconned in 5 days, who cares? On top of that, the expansion adds chapels, Temple of Ordinators faction, plethora, okay, new quest rivals. The base game alone bringing a total number of new quests in Tamriel Rebuilt to over 1,000. Good golly, Miss Molly. They ain't playing around. Poison Song revolves around House Indoril of Dark Elf lore. Enwa's Get Out. While the Elder Scrolls Morrowind's Neverine protagonist is fundamentally tied to the main quest and lore, the prophecy of Neverine see, I always Nerevar. I know that, like, but Nerevarine is present in Poison Song's lore, and it's a point of interest for some House Indoril members. The expansion also finishes the guild quest lines from Old Ebonheart, so those who already explored the city in a previous playthrough will have more content to find there in Poison Song. The expansion adds the city of Othrenis and the areas surrounding Amalexia, and players will be able to join the ranks of House Indoril for the first part in their story. Recently, Xbox CEO Asha Sharma hinted Elder Scrolls 6 title by stating that it was great, and sharing 8 asterisks as part of its name. Huh? This led fans to think that the actual title might be Sentinel rather than Hammerfell, and this makes sense for various reasons. Past games are still getting official support. New updates to Skyrim launched today. For example, ZeniMax Studios reinstated its will to keep on expanding the Elder Scrolls Online in the future despite recent layoffs. More power to them, especially as if they did release a whole pack of whole thing for 4-player mounts. I'm sure that's gonna cause its own set of issues, and yeah. So we will take a look also at a couple of things. I'm just pulling one more thing up here. Okay, I'm wondering if okay. But I do we'll maybe take a look at that in just a minute. Where is it? I know I had a where's the trailer? Where is it? I thought I had it. I know I have another. Hang on. Sorry, folks. Okay, here we go. I thought I had it in my show notes, but I apparently did not. But, yeah, here we go. Oh, let me make sure that you'll be able to hear this. Kay says, my Morrowind habits translated into the other games. I walked around everywhere in Oblivion instead of using a horse. I will say not that habit didn't quite carry over for me, but like because it doesn't have the same feeling. Like there's just something about just wandering around Morrowind on that island, just wandering. I think it's the music mostly, because the music feels like it's so connected to it, and then the ambient noises is just, it adds all the character to it. And once you get to like and it feels, because Morrowind feels like a new place. Oblivion, Skyrim, those feel familiar because they're all more forested, more like what we're used to for even if you're going out on a hike. Like it doesn't have that same appeal as something like Morrowind, which almost feels alien in the way the island is set up. You got just some of the large not just the large streets, but like some of the like large mushrooms, and then the giant I'm trying to remember what they're called now, the giant transports, basically the quick travel device in that game. I forget what the heck they're called right now, but even the noises that they would make added to the whole experience of it. And it's just like there's something more about wandering Morrowind, and I think also being forced to it felt more forced than it does in later subsequent games of like either Skyrim or Oblivion. But I don't know, like there just felt like a whole different experience between Morrowind and then the later games. At least to me, that's the way I kind of looked at it. It just had such a different level to it. And like I said, especially like the ambient sound effects, the music that was part of it. And it just felt more dangerous too, because like you could wander into like a cave, and because nothing was scaled to your level, you'd wander into a cave and it took one little goblin thing to just turn around and mess your day up. And you're like, oh, well, shit, I guess I won't be going into there today. Or like a group of bandits or something like that, whatever it might have been. You just wander into the wrong place, and then it felt like more of an experience. Kay says, yes, Morrowind felt like a proper fantasy world, whereas Skyrim especially is so grounded in reality. It does. Yeah, Oblivion feels very Zelda. I guess so, in its own way. I don't know. Because I mean, it haven't been. Sometimes though, like I feel like Zelda games though, like they haven't quite mastered the idea of open world. Like even playing through Twilight Princess right now, still has its moments of where the open world is, while large in its own respects, is condensed yet still somehow feels a little empty and not quite full of life. And that's where I'd say like the Elder Scrolls, they do have that down, of kind of having that feel of the wildlife, and again, and like I'll always put like the sound design. The sound design is great, and that's what gives that life of everything too. Zelda games, like I say, I think they haven't quite found that right formula for their open world aspects, from even like Ocarina of Time. And then I love Ocarina of Time. It's one of my favorites. But it just, to me, like their bigger worlds has always felt a little off. And maybe that's the good thing about it, because you kind of need that fantasy world to feel odd and have that otherwise like unfamiliar feeling to it. Hello, low spec Linux laptop. How are you doing today? Saying proper RPG for what, Morrowind and stuff? Yeah. Anyways, let's get to this trailer here. Hey, I don't know. There was so, hang on. I love that the way the robot just kind of did like this huff. Hang on. Look at him. Look at him. Ah! I'm sorry. This guy, he does that little like kind of, I don't know why that movement just kind of caught me off guard. You got the steam puffing out of his shoulders and everything. Oh, damn. Ooh, there we go. Ah, good. Playing as a proper Dunmer, as he should be. As he should be. Elder Scrolls is the only time it's good to be a dark elf. The only time there's anything good dark, it's the dark elves in Elder Scrolls. I'm getting that itch again. I'm gonna have to. Oh. I'm gonna have to play Morrowind again soon. I'm getting that itch. Just watching this is like, oh, hell yeah. Beautiful. All right. So we had that nice little beauty, and then like it comes down to it. I mean, it's always incredible to see things like this. Modders fans in general just know how to keep things alive and going. And the great thing is, too, to note, is that the mod itself, the whole Tamriel Rebuilt, and they have a little trailer for this, too, is that they are also on GOG, GOG.com. So they have a little launch trailer, Tamriel Rebuilt, GOG, one-click trailer. Just make sure. Have a little, here we go. Over 1,000 quests. Discover vast new regions. Wondrous cities, explore them, bitch. Hundreds of hours of content with just one click. I like how they end these trailers. Just nice and peaceful. Nice and peaceful. But yes, that was the other thing. They have Tamriel Rebuilt here on GOG.com for part of their whole one-click mods. So if you use like the GOG Galaxy launcher and stuff like that, I imagine, or just then to be able to download and boom, there you go. But here, part of the description: this edition of Tamriel Rebuilt is powered by the open source open Morrowind game engine, and it includes several quality of life mods aimed at fixing bugs and improving performance. Excuse me. OpenMW is also available on GOG as the one-click mod, and you can find it here. The high-definition texture pack DLC is included with the mod. It is disabled by default when installing the mod via GOG Galaxy, and you will have an option to add it once the mod is installed. To do that, please refer to this article that they have linked here. Offline installer for this DLC is also available, so you have that as well. In order to launch OpenMW configuration tool, which offers more options for customizing the game, please refer to this article. They have that linked right there. Tamriel Rebuilt, a faithful expansion. Set your sails for the mainland and embark on a grand adventure beyond the island of Vanderfell. Tamriel Rebuilt gives you more of what you loved about Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, expanding on the hit RPG from 2002 with new regions, quests, weapons and armor, enemies, and much more. Seamlessly handcrafted and carefully constructed, this edition of Tamriel Rebuilt is powered by the open source OpenMW game engine, and it includes several quality of life mods to fix bugs and improve performance. Okay, if you're still in the chat, this might be a version that James would be able to play. He might go a little bonkers with the basic Morrowind gameplay. Tamriel Rebuilt is a true sandbox experience, adding hundreds of hours of content to Morrowind. Explore vast new areas like the desert region of Shipalshin. Climb to the highest reaches of the Velothi Mountains. Brave the sulfuric wastes of Sundered Scar, and travel to the Thur River from the imperial city of Old Ebonheart to the Halalu capital of Narcissus. Over 1,000 additional quests take on all that base game has to offer. More new factions and faction quest lines. House of Endoril, now a joinable faction, hundreds of exciting and challenging dungeons to delve into, dozens of new villages, towns, and cities, each with unique inhabitants, new creatures, friendly and hostile, to encounter, new books to read, and rare artifacts to find. And so, yeah, quarter of a century in the making. While areas of the mainland remain in development, episodic releases allow us to give players huge chunks of the world and in reasonable time frame. Check out our roadmap. Use it to plan your adventure. Take a trip back in time through Tamriel Rebuilt history, or head straight to the one of the newly released areas. And so here they are showing off their whole, wow, this is how long they, jeez, it goes back to 2003. That's some dedication. 2002, sorry. 'Cause that's where Bethesda releases, updated August 2026. Oh, so maybe those are like some of the other expansions that came along. But like, holy crap. Okay, says, I want him to play Morrowind, but I suspect he will not like it on a mechanic side. Yeah, it's a bit janky. I remember I played through it not too long ago. I was starting to play through it again not too long ago. And you really do have to go through like using a specific build when you're trying to do what you want to do, like you would in like Morrowind, Oblivion or Skyrim. There's a bit of a curve to it all because of you have the stamina and stuff like that to worry about, and then the system is just kind of, yeah. Oh, we got on the Odyssey side, Verity, hello, saying yo, hello. Hope you're having a nice morning or evening or afternoon or whatever the heck it may be, wherever you might be. But cool to have somebody on the Odyssey side. Let's go. But yeah, that's it. It's for one, it's cool to see these sort of roadmaps. Like I said, for one, like if they've been working on this whole Tamriel rebuilt for that long, I'd say even, let's say, look, 2018, 2012. I mean, still, regardless, if you look at even like going from a 2012, 2008 perspective, like any of these, like, it's insane to have a mod group work so long on a mod, because it always feels like in any due time you have groups that fall apart, go on to do other things, time, yada yada yada. It's like there's just, I hate to say there's always something that interrupts it, but it's just one of those things, you know, because like this, people are doing this of their own volition, doing it for free, doing it out of passion. And sometimes you just can't keep these projects going. But I mean, if it's true, they've been working on it for as long as that. Like I said, 2006 or 2012, 2008, whatever it may have been, where they started on this, is crazy, just crazy. That that people have been able to keep this going for so long. But regardless, very cool. And yeah, over on GOG, they have the one-click mod thing set up to make that easy for you. And of course, you can always get Elder Scrolls Morrowind on GOG. Usually, you know, so for a lot of people, the route to go right now with all the digital malarkey going on, because technically you do own it. And then there's a little caveat, because this is still a service providing you games and everything, and you have to have this available to get the games, you know. But there is a sale right now, ends September 10th. But right now you can get Morrowind, Elder Scrolls Morrowind Game of the Year Edition, for $5.99 US. You can't go wrong with that. And then, you know, slap in that Tamriel Rebuilt mod, away you freaking go. Away you freaking go. So there you have it. Check it out. Check out the new expansion that's going to be part of this Tamriel Rebuilt mod. Experience new things for Morrowind, and just have a ball with a great game. Enjoy the ambiance, enjoy the scenery, because they have it all, and I love it. It's a great game. Do jump in. Holy crap. So Kay did a little digging. Tamriel Rebuilt was founded in, and you know that I should have been looking for that. Founded in 2001, so 25th anniversary this year. Just insane. I love modders so much. So yeah, the modding community is always awesome. Not always. Usually very awesome. Doing a lot of cool stuff, and like I said, it's just crazy that you've had a mod project last for that long, because I've watched so many different mods. I generally keep an eye on like places like ModDB, because I love finding new ways to experience old games and everything like that. And like it is, I've featured the General Tantor's Jedi Knight Mysteries of the Sith remastered project that he's been working on for quite a while, and also he did it for Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2, which is what I had used for a playthrough a while back. And if I'm gonna do another playthrough of the Kyle Katarn series, do it more proper from start to finish, I'll end up using his mods again. But you know, stuff like that is fantastic. People bringing in, doing things to freshen up old games themselves, not always relying on some company. And there are some that do great job. There are some that do great work. Night Dive is probably one of them. I have my issues, but they otherwise do fantastic work. They have with the Turok series. They brought back Dark Forces 1, remastered it and respected it, but this, you know, modernized the gameplay and everything like that in a much more easier complete package. Because again, I done a Dark Forces playthrough. I used a mod to freshen it up, give it more modern controls and all of that. So little things like that, but it is great just to have it in a complete package for the regular consumer to just be able to install, play, and, you know, experience an old game in a new era. So Night Dive's done some great things. Aspire, they've botched a couple of things. The whole Battlefront was a mess, but like I thought they did a really good job with the Star Wars Bounty Hunter game. I played through that. Once I used the controller mostly through that game, but then once I started using mouse and keyboard, oh my god, the difference was phenomenal, and it was perfect. It was well done, well mapped out and everything, so I got to give them credit where credit is due. And they've also, you know, they've been trying to restore old games, so, you know, the preservation is there. But it's great. More, I'd say, you know, the fans are generally coming from that place of wanting to maintain everything, and you aren't having to, and you know, if there's gonna be anything added, it'll be more of what the player knows from lore and stuff like that. You don't have to worry about things being ham-fistedly inserted. Sometimes you do, because you do get some of those weirdos in the modding community as well. That's why I say generally the modding community can be awesome. You do get some of those problems, so but otherwise, yeah, it's a great route to go. And I mean, there's other Morrowind mods. There's even like the Morrowind Rebirth mod that I've been following for a long time. That is also something that and just to kind of keep on the whole Morrowind theme right now, Morrowind Rebirth is another one that's been kind of going through. And again, Kay, this might be something good for James, because this will be fixing, like, I believe they'll be tweaking gameplay and stuff like that, just to kind of get some of the jank. But yeah, Morrowind Rebirth is a total overhaul for Morrowind, with the aim to enhance the game by rebuilding the world, rebalancing most aspects of the game, and improving the graphics. Rebirth is mainly aimed at returning players and veterans that have seen and done most things in-game and want a fresh experience. New players are recommended to try the vanilla experience. But Rebirth is a result of thousands of hours of modding, and while it in a finished state is still being worked on for those who want more information. Yeah, if there's anything that's kind of helping some of the gameplay aspects of Morrowind, I get it, because like I said, it can be challenging. Yeah. But otherwise, again, it's one way or another, it's a game to experience, and there's always different ways of finding the means to do so. Melee K says, Aspire just needs a little coaching and they'd be fine. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that'd probably be the best bet. But yeah, that's Morrowind. That's some of the mods that are out there. The biggest one, of course, is that whole Tamriel rebuilt. By all means, look for it, check it out, and all that jazz, because it looks like it's going to be really cool to have a whole new expansion brought in for this thing. So, yeah. Whew. Okay. Moving right along here. Now, let's see. I think this had popped up this week. Just like it is. We've been having a lot of things going on with with Sony PlayStation, their whole decision to go full digital, basically giving the finger to the consumers, stuff like that. It's been an interesting thing. And of course, with all of that comes something like this, where you have PlayStation is now being boycotted. And I have a few other things besides this, but this is the article that I saw, and then everything else started kicking off. But yes, disgruntled PlayStation fans are organizing a boycott of the Sony gaming brand's online services, asking participants to not use their PlayStation consoles for a full week. The boycott is in protest of Sony's recent decision to phase out physical discs for PlayStation consoles starting in 2028. The part of the question then that always comes in my brain though is like, for these people that are participating in this whole like boycott, it's like, are you spreading the word beyond places other than Twitter/X? Because like, it's usually just where you see a lot of this stuff. No problem, Kay. Have a good one. Thanks for dropping on by. I appreciate it. Says got to bounce for now. See you later. Have a great one. Yeah, are you spreading the word beyond just Twitter? Is it going to other social media platforms? Are you spreading it on the normie places, Facebook, Instagram? Are you talking to people about this in real life beyond the internet? Are you like going, hey, have you heard about, are you talking with your normie gamer friends? Like, hey, have you heard about this? Have you seen what's been going on within the whole thing? Because not everybody's paying attention to this. Not everybody's seeing this. I can't count how many people I've surprised with, certain aspects of the gaming world when I've talked to them while I'm selling them a game or something. When they're purchasing from me, when I'm at my job selling them games or whatever, and you just kind of get this whole like deer in headlights look of like, oh my god, I didn't know that sort of thing. So, is this going beyond any of these places? That's always the big thing. But yes, the PlayStation gaming brand has found itself at the center of one of the biggest ongoing controversies in the gaming industry in recent months. Sony announced in early July that the company is planning to end production of physical discs for PlayStation consoles, officially ending its physical media in January 2028. The change will apply to any new games released for the PlayStation 5 and is expected to extend into the launch of the PlayStation 6, with rumors that the console will not support any discs. So then that's the thing that you really got to start looking at it too, is that not only is it no longer supporting discs, but because of it no longer supporting discs, that then means it is not going to be backwards compatible for your older games, your older physical games. And I haven't quite seen that be mentioned as much, but I won't lie and say, oh yeah, I've been following everything with a under a microscope. I haven't, but it's certainly something that with some of the people that I follow and have been talking about this stuff haven't quite brought up as much. They're mostly talking about the future, what's, games going forward versus what about the games that came before? Are you still able to play that? Like, what's that option? Oh, what you're gonna offer all the games digitally, the older games digitally. Oh, still not helping you. But anyways, rumors of the console will not support. Now fans are pushing back against Sony's decision by organizing an official PlayStation blackout. This was going to be one of the things I was going to bring up, was from Does It Play on X, Twitter. Lights out. Japan, Australia, and the rest of the Asia Oceanic have started their PlayStation blackout already. No purchase, no playing, no login on PlayStation platforms. Keep it up until they stop killing physical media and address the lack of customer rights in the digital space. A growing group of angry PlayStation fans is staging a boycott of Sony's gaming services during the last week of August. The boycott officially began on August 23rd and asks participating users to either log out of PlayStation services or keep their consoles turned off entirely until August 30th. The blackout also includes refraining from any purchases on the PlayStation Store during a specific time frame, with some fans even suggesting greater measures like mass cancellation of PlayStation Plus subscriptions. The boycott is intended to send a message about fans' disapproval of Sony's decision to officially stop producing physical discs for PlayStation consoles beginning in January 2028. Sony's shift to an all-digital future has been met with significant backlash, not only from fans, but from other parties in the gaming industry. Organizations like the Stop Killing Games movement have railed against Sony's decision, claiming that the shift will reduce buyer agency and ownership of games even further without physical discs. Insider reports even suggest that some third-party developers are unhappy with Sony in the wake of the official announcement, with some questioning whether they should use free promotional services offered by Sony amid the backlash. Sony is not the only company to spark fan outrage for sunsetting its physical media. Rockstar Games officially revealed that the highly anticipated Grand Theft Auto 6 will not include a disc, with its physical version containing a download code for the game instead. While rumors had suggested that later releases of the game may include a disc, Rockstar has since confirmed that no physical release of GTA 6 will include discs. The controversy has seemingly not significantly affected the game's pre-orders, however, with GTA 6 earning $1 billion within just 3 days of pre-orders going live. PlayStation's disc controversy comes as the company has a stacked second half of 2026 on the way. September will welcome one of the biggest PS5 releases of the year, with the debut of Marvel's Wolverine. Oh yay. Already expected to be a smash hit for Insomniac Games. I already have no faith in the gaming community as it is, but if it really does, I swear to God Almighty, this is October also includes a multitude of high-profile releases hitting the PlayStation 5 during the month, including Rayman Legends Retold, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, and Phantom Blade Zero. Sony is primed to close out 2026 strong with a plethora of exciting new games, even as protests against the company's all-digital future grow louder. Yeah, and like I said, there's Does It Play has been kind of the one that I've been seeing signaling this. They had their first thing with day one, the PlayStation blackout. Quick update, the previously mentioned date, August 23rd to the 30th, is a minimum requirement. Makes it easier for more people to join. Everyone is encouraged to go indefinitely until Sony changes course. Pedal to the metal or we won't get anywhere. As of 2 hours ago, they had made the post that they're at the parts 4 of the world. Parts of the world are in day 4 of the PlayStation blackout now. We're really happy how far this has spread. Mainstream media still has an eye on it, and players are discussing it across all platforms, even in places nobody officially announced it at. No playing, no buying, keep it up. That I'm not going to go into the GTA leaks just because I feel like there's a lot of nonsense right now surrounding it, and I want to wait until things are a little more concrete. Till then, so as it stands, the whole Sony blackout is as underway as it can get. I can only say I wish them all the best, but because, you know, the general normie crowd isn't always paying attention to this sort of stuff, it's tougher to reach that wider audience. And, you know, yeah, it's just tough, just because, yeah, not everybody is gonna be so on board with this sort of thing. And like it's tough enough to get to any, like, gamers are generally the worst when it comes to trying to boycott anything, because like we heard already in that article with the Grand Theft Auto, they've already gotten a mass amount of pre-orders. And I know that was before, I think, the whole leak controversies had dropped. But even so, the normie audience is gonna still gulp up everything that comes their way, and then the people that, you know, just have to consume everything are still gonna buy their games and buy the slop. And I don't mean to black pill or anything, but it's just, unfortunately, just the reality of it. Not everybody is in on this whole, oh, we gotta fight the blah 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 blah. And that's why sometimes is like I question about covering this sort of stuff, just because I generally know it doesn't always wind up doing anything good. It'll usually peter out within X amount of time. I mean, for the most part, I think it just needs the right people probably behind it. Because I know with things like Stop Killing Games, Ross Scott, Accursed Farms, he's been talking about Stop Killing Games of his own thing for such a long time, which is why I'm glad to see such momentum has been picked up for that. There's just not the same thing with like this whole PlayStation blackout, and, you know, because it's like, yeah, people have talked about maintaining physical media and stuff like that, preservation, what have you. It's just, again, it's not having that long enough time of people really pushing for it. Now we've only, because PlayStation and made their announcement that it did, there's been more noise about maintaining physical media than once upon a time. But I don't know. Like, it could just be that cynical side of me that just like, I want there to be something of this. I want nothing more than for PlayStation to get bit in the ass for pulling this sort of garbage. It's just really tough, though, to still like be, oh yeah, this is gonna work out. It's totally gonna do it. Yeah. I hope the best. I really do. I want them to. I would like nothing more than for there to be a big W, a big push for, you know, physical media still being a contender, but because it was the whole, like, the leakers with the whole GTA 6, they put out their whole goofy demands list of things that they need to do for them to not leak the game entirely, sort of crap. And for one, I kind of feel like they're kind of a psyop, but you're trying to force this in the industry that is already made up its mind. They're not going to go away from digital. They're embracing digital 110%. So I don't know. Like, I want it to change. I want it to go. I want the whole idea of physical media to still be viable, but I think it's just going to kind of, and I'd like it to be, it's going to have to take something like, just, I think, it to go away for a while, and just for it to maybe still be one of those things that occasionally crops up, kind of like how with vinyl became a very niche thing, and how, at least for the store that I work at, we still maintain vinyl new releases and stuff like that, and there's been new vinyl new releases, so I think it's just kind of like one of those things that might have to just kind of, you know, maybe do its thing of go away for a little bit, and then it can make a return. I don't know. It's an odd thing, because I don't know. Oh, that's weird. Now I got it back. So yeah, I hope for the best. I want this to work. We'll see what happens. We'll see what comes of it. So yeah, that was PlayStation. Will they care? Probably not. They'll probably still keep doing what they're gonna do. But hey, we can hope. We can hope. Anywho, that is that. Alrighty, here we go, folks. So this one, this little discovery here, was thanks to, in the Melee Games Discord, Dude 1286 dropped this trailer, which is funny because the trailer went private, then when it was removed, and now it's back up again on GOG.com. But this is also a trailer for a game that we've seen recently, thanks to that damn article of the top 7 Super Nintendo Entertainment System games. But it's cool to see that GOG is still pushing forward with their preservation, with bringing old games onto their platform, especially from completely other systems entirely. But here this is. Oops. Here we go. But yeah, we have Terranigma Rebirth trailer on GOG.com. And that was one of the top 7 games on that list for Super Nintendo games. So here we go. Hello, Dan Blackred. He said, yes, an article of 7 random Super Nintendo and SNES games, not the best. We had we questioned some of those decisions. Yes, we did. We did.
Planet possessed 2 souls. An external face and an internal face. Light side and dark side.
Good. I was surprised to see this. Needless to say, after just recently seeing it on that list. A masterpiece lost to time. Oh. Actually seeing this now is kind of giving me a little bit of like Secret of Mana or the Seiken Daisetsu games, that kind of feel, with the way you kind of see the running around combat, maybe a little bit Link to the Past kind of stuff. Soundtrack is kind of giving me a little Chrono Trigger vibes, Chrono Cross vibes even. You got the overworld map, nice. Restore the continents. Dan Blackard, what did you call me? I ain't no Enigma. I don't believe I called you anything of the sort, sir. Resurrect the animals. Resurrect humanity. Oh, wow.
things in the world.
reviving in 2027. So yeah, I thought this was kind of a funny little thing to see dropped. Like I said, thanks to Dude 1286 who dropped it in the Melee Games Discord. I was shocked to see it, but they do have it here on GOG.com. It's part of the coming soon. I've already wishlisted it. They have some of the screenshots here as well. I'd say the trailer does a much better job of showing off what it's looking like. I mean, there's of course always you want to look for the original ROM, but this is a great way of supporting game preservation and stuff like that, because this has been through their GOG. They have their whole preservation program where you can go and vote for games to be preserved on the site here. But we'll go into here about the world of Terranigma. The Earth is a hollow sphere with two sides, an external light and an internal dark side. In the dark side village of Krista, the mischievous Ark lives unaware of the world beyond. But one day he opens a forbidden door and sets in motion events that will change the world. For decades, Terranigma has captivated players with its emotional story and transformative journey. Now you can re-experience its magic yourself. Return of the King. In 1995, the two-dimensional Japanese role-playing genre was at its absolute peak, but even among the beloved giants of the 16-bit era, Terranigma stands out with its unique world building, snappy combat, enchanting soundtrack, and stunning graphics. It is truly a masterpiece, yet despite this, the game has never been re-released until now. The expressive characters of Terranigma were designed by renowned manga artist Kamui Fujiwara and hand-pixeled to perfection. The game's soundtrack is equally impressive and frequently appears on a list of the best video games music of the 90s. Whether melancholic or upbeat, every track fits the game's themes beautifully. Got a little scene right there. The battle system. Terranigma feels surprisingly fresh, relevant, and fun even today. It features an unusual but highly successful blend of RPG depth and the immediacy of an action game. You always have complete control over Ark, wielding his trusty spear to perform thrusts, jump attacks, dashes, and more. But be careful, enemies move in real time too. So like I said, you kind of see here, showing off more of it. You kind of got like I feel like for that era, the Secret of Mana games and stuff like that, Secret of Evermore. But yeah, that's kind of what I got. A company of creation and destruction. The game, developed by Quintet in the 90s, were marked by distinct melancholy and recurring themes of creation and destruction. Terranigma is their magnum opus, a technical and storytelling powerhouse, and a timeless classic. If you missed it in 1995, this is your chance to experience something truly special. Square Enix, Quintet, so that Clear River Games, I guess that they I'm guessing got absorbed by Square Enix. But yeah, so that's like I said, I thought it was very funny that this suddenly cropped up, got dropped on GOG.com. Here we go. And yeah, we got Terranigma coming to PC on GOG.com. Can't go wrong with that sort of thing. I think that's beautiful. I think that's fantastic. It's great to see that their preservation program continues to work, because we've even gotten things like Breath of Fire 4 released on with the preservation program. I'm hoping to see more. Like I said, you can always go and check out their games that they have on here. And also, like I said, you can vote for different games to be part of the preservation program, and to make sure that, you know, the certain games that you want to see get saved or help save, whatever, you can certainly cast your vote for that. So that's that's Terranigma. Let's go. So pumped. Dan Blackroyd says, have they done anything with Illusion of Gaia or Soul Blazer? From GOG, not that I've seen necessarily, but again, that's where, like, if you want, you can go onto their website and kind of either check their list, see if it's on there, and see if they are, I'm sure somebody's added those on there. And he says they were sort of predecessors to Terranigma. Right. Like I said, that'd be something to certainly check out through the GOG preservation program, because like I said, they have a whole list of games that people have been adding for since they launched this whole thing. So all I can kind of suggest is to kind of check through the list, see what they have, and yeah, cast a vote. But I am going to I'll be back, and we might dive into some Dverghold again, but I'll be back. Okay. All right, I'm back. And let's see. I just want to check. What the hell? Let's see. I want to check. Yeah, I know that's your preservation stores. Take me to the... Oh, GOG Dreamlist. I think that's where, if you want to... Yeah, GOG Dreamlist is where you want to start doing the votes. Just to kind of just show that real... Because, oh, there's Breath of Fire. Breath of Fire is trending. Klingon Academy. Oh, my God. Klingon Academy was a game that got me into some guilds and stuff like that back in the day. But I wanted to look. I wanted to search their games. Okay, so yes, Illusion of Gaia is on the list. You could just, boom, 1388 got the vote. Apparently a remake, a fan remake, not official, non-profit, classic SNES game, Illusion of Gaia. And then what was it? Soul Blazer. Soul Blazer, Soul Blazer, known in Japan as Soul Blader, is a Super Nintendo Entertainment System action role-playing game developed by Quintet, okay, and published by Enix. Oh, God, okay, here we go. Okay, that's a little more. Soul Blazer was released January 31st, 1992 in Japan and November 27th. So yeah, you cast your. I'll slap my own vote on there to help push it. What do we got here? Damn, Blackroot, check all the vents carefully. I always do. Okay, yeah, you see I'm seeing the similar combat and stuff like that. Now, this makes me also think that it wasn't localized. Oh no, it said out of North America release, so. But it's funny that it's in Japanese for this. But yeah, Soul Blazer's also on here. For anybody that wants to cast their votes for it, you certainly can. But yeah, like it is, I that's what's at least great about GOG. They're trying to do what they can to preserve games, old games, and stuff like that. So yeah, all any of us can do is just kind of help cast that awareness and let people know, hey, this is what's going on. If you want to see a game preserved, this is a way to do it. Okay. Well, like I said, I think we will dive back into the mines of Dverghold here. So let me get that fired up here. It's been a hot minute. Okay. I've been having this set up for Halo. Dan Blackridge says they were all pretty simple games. If they wanted, we could have 10 remasters a week based on the old SNES catalog. Oh, probably, yeah, that'd be great. I mean, Jesus, woof. You just have to. I just always worry about whether or not these fuckers out there mess with shit. Okay, I just want to kind of make the quick little. Okie dokie. Artichoke. Funny, I ran into some weird stuff too when I was playing my second game. But all right, a mysterious stranger has arrived in Inner Gravel Hollow. All right, we'll be setting the timer. Boom. All right, 1 hour. Okie dokie. Oh yeah, I gotta get more gold. Let's talk to Commander Stonehand. Why do you linger? Take up thy provisions. Set thyself in motion. He has your orders. I thought he was the one I was talking to about. Huh. Shrine of the Oath. I thought he was the one I was talking to about the whole, the 3 stones. Or did I do that the last time I played? Alright, well, we gotta go give that giant creature Sir Reikamar. Reikamar appears stirred and flushed after aiding in the hauling of crates into the camp. Veins stand out along his forearms beneath his robe. He greets thee ere thou canst speak. Wonders and splendor, riches beyond all measure. The air beneath Rekus halls smells of freedom itself. Hast thou come merely to chatter? I like to chatter. What can I say? We'll find out. I thought maybe there was a little more. I'll leave you to it, good sir. Let's just enter this damn dungeon. Because like it is, I do gotta earn me some gold. Let's see. There we go. Hey, big guy. You big Wookiee looking thing. Oh, crap. Hang on. The giant comes to life, moving with surprising speed. He crushes the rune stones in his hands, one after another, consuming their power. He turns his back to the adventurers and proceeds to the door. Palms made of stone are laid upon it and opens. The gatekeeper steps aside. Path opened. Quarantine breached. Descent marked by the firebrand. Reclaim the gift beneath. His eyes close and his hands hang still. Without the motion that had been energizing him before, the gatekeeper stands motionless before the open gateway, eyes closed, awaiting the next bearer of runes. This is bizarre. Havil didn't mention that the gatekeeper would destroy the runestones. Something about this feels wrong. We should speak with the commander about this turn of events. Oh, I think that was also it. I wanted to talk to him, but he had nothing to say. Well, here we go. Ooh. Boom. Boom. I'm gonna need more gold. You resisted? You cheeky fucker. Ah, broke a toolkit and breaking. Ah, damn. Oh well. These things are gonna happen. Let's see. Gold, give me gold, give me gold. What's this? Brass amulet of warding. Ooh. A star-shaped brass amulet, blessed by the Church of the Oath to guard its wearer against hostile magic. Poison resist plus 15, sorry. Fire resist plus 15, and cold resist plus 15. Ooh. Neato. And we got another pickaxe. Oh shit. You hear a clicking sound from the west. Woo! Oh crap! You need it. Oh, did we lose that one we just... God damn it. Well, that annoys me. Ah! This crate looks like you can push it. Can't push it again? Well, shit. Aw, come on. Oh, there we go. I guess passing the turn helped. Ah! Oh shit! Oh! Oh fuck. That's a first. Oh shit. I don't know. Eat! Eat! No! Oh shit! Well, okay. That happened. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, now I'm kind of debating if I actually want to go any deeper. But I need 3 of the damn it. Oh! Ay, ay, ay. Well, I was not expecting that. Steel circlet. Bandage. And lantern. Edge of an axe. Huh. This hefty tome appears to be a barely edited war journal of the Royal Army of Dverghold, detailing 7 years of conflict against the mountain troll tribes. You skim through its passages, stopping at random. A rough sketch catches your eye, an immense troll standing among pine trees. After raising the outpost of Vigril in the southern wilds and cremating the bones of the first settlers, we encountered a first wave of the brutes. King was worried about the battle ahead and watched us clash with trolls from the safety of the fort. Beasts were unorganized and untrusting of each other, and I saw with my own eyes as two of the beasts fell upon one another after killing a pair of our stragglers. We routed them, but we erred in encircling some of them, which led trolls into a frenzy and cost us more good dwarves that day. After the battle, we returned to the forts, and the Frost Delver veteran spoke grimly. Runes of the ice, blessed by the Oathmaker, did little to hinder them. Their flesh resists the cold as stone resists the chisel. The king did not sit idle. What he decreed next would change how we wage this war. Oh boy. Unheard of President Eats. Oh, old herd of President Eats. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm going through there. Ah! You're about to return to the base without enough Reclaimer's trophies. You need at least 3. Sacred shields around the base and inner request will not be sustained if you continue. Characters in the camp will not regenerate if... Oh, okay. I haven't tried to do that yet, so... Oh, what? I got out of the way. Get her healed up. Damn it, we don't have the fire bitch anymore. Damn it. I was worried about that. All right, I got that at least, but... Oh, an explosive mine. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. God damn it. Oh shit. Wrong one. Damn it. There we go. You damn things! Motherfucker. Loot bag. Huh. Shit. I can at least say I got that. Oh, come on. You gotta play a little bit of a game with these damn things. There, gotcha, you fuckers. Oh, lovely. I swear to Christ, that move sometimes just seems worthless right now. At least for right now. Oh shit! Oh, this has not been turning out well. That's it. With what people I have left, I'm just gonna get the fuck out of here. I thought I could do a little bit more. Fuck! Oh my god! Lordy. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Can't believe we lost 2 people on that one. God damn it. Let's recruit you. Okay, we got a rogue, we got a heat, we got a mage now. Halfling rogue, he's a warrior. We'll recruit him that way. There's that team. Oh. That to her. Ay, ay, ay. That was not how I was expecting things to go. Commander, we recovered the runes and gave them to the golem. He opened the gate to the royal quarter, but consumed the stones in the process. Neville's brow furrows. He folds his hands behind his back. This is a most troublesome turn. The gatekeeper destroyed the stones and absorbed their power. Then the quarantine cannot be raised again if thou should fail. Though his face remains composed, veins rise along his temple. Leave. I shall inform the Under immediately of our plight. Consult with him at once. Aye, Commander. You catch Vil studying the open palm of his black stone gauntlet, his brow furrowed in silent contemplation. At length, he closes the hand into a fist and slowly lifts his gaze to your party, making it clear he had been aware of your presence all along. Consult with Runecrafter Theodore, and do not pester me right now. A dwarf of modest stature stands at a cluttered workbench, an apron tied over his tunic, and flowing auburn beard spilling down his chest. A slate pencil rests in his hand. Parchments cover the table before him. Some bear intricate runic patterns, others mechanical designs for strange machines. In many places, the two merge into dense diagrams accompanied by careful mathematical notes. Noticing your interest, the dwarf looks up at once. His hazel eyes are calm and keen. He nods in greeting. Well met, adventurers. Theodore of the Runecrafter clan, humble keeper of knowledge granted unto us by the Oathmaker. If thou seekest guidance in the rune lore, automaton craft, or maintenance, I shall gladly lend my aid. He speaks the human tongue, though with a thick dwarven accent. I wonder what the dwarven accent sounds like. I was among the first to set foot upon this island besides my frost delver brethren. It is in interest that thou succeed. Ask and I shall answer. Did Hivil tell thee what became of the runes and the gatekeeper? Runecrafter Knights. Aye, we spoke of it. Tell me what names of the runes. Gift, Firebrand, Descent. The dwarf looks up to the cavern ceiling, turning the runes over in his mind. He takes a blank parchment in a slate pencil, then swiftly draws an intricate symbol you have never seen before. When it is finished, he stands frozen for a moment. Theodore, art thou well, brother? By absorbing the runes, the gatekeeper sought to send a warning. If my reading is true, the barriers of space below collapsed some time ago. Massacres swept the lower levels. The perpetrators were not draggers alone, nor do they share one purpose. Inner Grav Hollow has become a battlefield of many dark hosts that war below request. Did Hivil tell of the runecrafter sent below? Aye, he did, though he gave no name. The dwarf inhales sharply, as if struggling with a deep-seated pain. His name is, or was, Heikirdur. He was my brother of the runecrafter clan. He designed and fashioned the gatekeeper. And even with his schematics in hand, I cannot fully understand the golem's workings. One thing is certain. We cannot leave the gatekeeper below, not now. He can no longer contain our foes. Theodore rubs his temples, staring at the strange runic symbol he has drawn. I shall need time to understand what the gatekeeper tried to tell us, and how he may yet use him in days to come. For now, Captain Richard has asked to speak with thee. I believe he prepares our next move. I shall visit him at once. Runecrafter glances up briefly, greets you with a small nod, and returns to his work. Speak with the command. Okay. No, not him. Whoops. Mercenary captain gives you a brief nod. Good work below, securing passage to the royal quarter. Dwarves are slow to respect others, but given time victories enough, they will begin to change their tune. For now, take this, a token of thanks from King Steren's coffers. You received 400 gold. You received Hogid's tenacity. Sweet. Keep this in mind. There is no turning back now. He unrolls a scroll in his hand. Whatever awaits in the royal quarter will not remain there forever. Sooner or later, it will claw its way up here. We do not even know whether it lifts between the lift between the royal quarter and the work still functions. Commander Vil Stonehenge has issued new orders. They are as follows: purge the king's guest throne, secure the ground around the throne, the stone lift, and if it may be done, recover the remains of runecrafter Heikirdur, who descended there before thee. Richard rolls the scroll shut, hands it to you, and raises his palm. A heavy key rests within it. He waits until your eyes fall upon it, so one of you might catch it mid-flight. You received the throne room key. Yay! That is the key to the throne room, courtesy of Evil, and of some fair tidings. A veteran of the Freedom campaign of the Royal Army has joined our ranks. Name is Bodo. Tough as granite, and not nearly as talkative. Faint smirk touches his face. Good fortune out there. Return alive, brothers. Richard thumbs through a stack of scrolls, contracts by the look of them. When he marks thy return, he lifts his gaze. His bearing is focused and severe, yet beneath it, thou dost sense a genuine care for these who serve under his banner. Captain Richard, still in the land of the living, I see. Good. Tell me when thou hast news from the royal quarter. Until we meet again, sir. I mean, at least I can heal him of his bone rot. Otherwise, though, I'll let him recover. Yeah, let's get the combat trainer. We're going to need those skills to get boosted. All right, at least their main skills that I use a lot is now upgraded. All right, let's try another round down there. Let's see what we can do. Those goddamn things. The stone lift. The heavy doors to the stone lift are sealed shut, as it is forced closed by some tremendous force. It seems no ordinary mechanism holds them. Only a being of great power could force these open. Carved into the stone between the doors is a single rune. Descent, perhaps Runecraft Theodore, will lend aid in this matter. Well, for now. What the? Did we break the bed? What happened? Where did the chest go? Bug report? This bed has been broken in half beyond repair. You cannot rest here. But it broke like everything else. There's the chest there and everything. Like, what the hell? I didn't know that would happen. What the fudge? Man, that is wild. I suddenly started to get a little worried when smacking these things. Oh, there's one back. Oh, hello. Don't run. Fucker. Hey, take your antidote. Oh, not you two. God damn it. I wonder if anything can be used with those frickin' mushrooms. Other than maybe selling them off. Oh, what the fuck? Yeesh. Well, there goes my last antidote. Ah! Motherfucker! Because of course you're gonna pull some bullshit like that. Another asshole that'll bring the damn ceiling down on you. Jesus Christ. Ah. Oh, these are edible mushrooms. Oh, okay. What did I do? I was entangled, apparently. Oh, wow. Look at this. Ooh. Hello there. Our warrior has leveled up. Oh, that's right. I called him Ogren. That's not at all ominous. Big old blood stain on the floor like that. Motherfucker. Now things are getting a little dicey. It's like that first area, that was a good little warm-up area. Gets it kind of comfortable, kind of going like, okay, I think I see what I'm in for. Now we got a little more going on, a little more dangers going on. Oh, hello there. Well, at least he couldn't cause too much damage. The good thing about getting these guys in a confined space. Ooh. Mastercrafted ice staff. Ah. Blood blight. Caused by the bite of an underground insect, blood blight makes you weak and drains your life, reduces constitution by 4, and reduces all damage a character deals to 60%. Max health is also reduced to 60%. Requires a healer to cure. No? Oh boy. Oh, the healer, in other words, the person at the... Oh, wow. Robe of the Warded. Yeah, I gotta go for that. Wait, what is she again? She's a priest. Okay. These are only for mages. I got some major healing. Oh! Shit. All right. Shit! Me. Double fuck. Just I'm now just trying to get out of here again. Budge! Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Woo! Let's go to the supplier here. I have have a stash? All right, I'm selling, sell, 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 sell. Yeah, fuck it, sell, sell, sell. I had no idea I had this in my stash. What is it? Lesser copy of the helmet of Iron Belly Captain Hogged, who survived the magical storms of the year 133. Thunder and fire form in the sky, destroyed by most of the outpost. But for reasons unknown, it left the tower where Hogged and his men were hiding unscathed. Is that like... I gotta... Can I equip that? No, it doesn't seem to... Never mind. Maybe I'll just throw it in the stash then. Throw a couple of the pickaxes in there. I'll throw that back in there. Okay, at 1288, but I'm gonna probably... Cure his blood blight. Oh, that hurts. Oh, I need more antidotes. Okay. Oh, it does have... Okay. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Maybe you should give it to Ogren. But I think I'd hate to cut it a little, just a little short here, just a little short. But I think this is where I will call it for today. I kind of got my butt kicked. Really got my butt kicked. Ran into some things I was not expecting in there. Oh, and I gotta redo the team anyways. God damn it. So yeah, we'll call it there. This has been fun. Like I said, that first area was definitely like, oh yeah, I guess you're all comfy and warmed up and all that. And then once you get down to this extra level, oh boy, did some of the pain start coming. The pain is there, baby. The pain is there. We're there, folks. We're there. But this has been fun. Thank you for joining me today for today's Respawn Roast Cantina. But here we go. We're gonna go to the end. Bada boom, bada bang. Here we are. Thank you all so much for those who joined in on the chat and all of that. We had over on the Odyssey side, we had Verity. Thank you very much for dropping on by. Much appreciated. On the YouTube side, we had Melee K joining us at the get. Thank you very much, K, for dropping on by. I appreciate it as always. We had Low Spec Linux Laptop. And Dan Blackroyd, thank you, sir, as always, for dropping on by when you can, when you got the chance. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh, there you are, still there. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for hanging out and watching. Appreciate it. Otherwise, just as a heads up, this coming Sunday, I will be on the Melee Madness podcast as their very first guest that they're going to be having for their show. So I'm looking forward to it. They did ask me about if I wanted to talk about any specific topics. I've thought about things, but I'm like, you know what? I'll let them decide. We'll see what kind of madness they bring. It is the Melee Madness. So, and if you've watched their podcast, it is very much that. James is a chaos gremlin. And of course, blanking Static's weekend pregame if we do have one this week for tomorrow night. Otherwise, thank you all again so much. Have a great day, evening, afternoon, whatever the heck it may be. Bye-bye.